Hey, what's going on, people? How y'all doing, man? Hey, I hope y'all doing good. Man, I'm coming, another day closer to training camp, another day closer to Cowboys football, man. I can't wait. Um, I just can't wait, man. It's gonna be a real good season. I have a feeling it's gonna be a real good season. I'm not saying we're winning the Super Bowl or nothing like that, but I think this team it can make a deep, deep playoff run. I think we gonna go farther than what we did last year. Put it that. Um, I don't gamble, or I say I'm willing to bet money. But um, two people that it depends on that, well, the media throws shade at and they hate on most of the time. It's of course, your two low hanging fruits, I guess you could say, and that's Dak and Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's been successful here as a Cowboys coach. He's a Super Bowl winning head coach in Green Bay. I know he had Aaron Rodgers. I know he had Brett Favre, but when you put up with personalities like that, it's not easy. And as you can see with Aaron Rodgers, he has a different personality. But the reason why I say our season dictates, because not dictates, but these two dudes are going to probably be under some of your more, I don't even want to say pressure, but outside the locker room. These two dudes are the most scrutinized, and therefore, every little thing that happens, these two are going to be judged, and that's Dak and Mike McCarthy. And those two have to be as one. I would say, maybe not starting off, but hey, those two can't be the reasons why we lose games. With a missed call here, a missed pass there, or stuff's going to hit the fan, and the perception's going to be misconstrued. And don't get it twisted. Those two could lead us to 17-0 in the regular season. We could win the Super Bowl, and the narrative's going to be, well, they got carried by the defense and Dan Quinn. But here's why I picked them two, and I say them two because, well, one, Mike's the head coach. Two, the Dak is the quarterback. He's the leader of this team, and it does hinge on him. And trust me, this is no slight at Dak, no slight at Mike McCarthy. I just think that if those two are entwined, those two come out, and I think they will. I mean, is Mike going to be rusty calling plays? Maybe, yeah, but that's why he's put the people around him for him to be successful. They've put in better pieces around Dak for him to be successful. I think with Mike calling plays, with Mike and Dak constantly communicating, and Dak constantly communicating with his receivers, and his quarterback coaches with Brian Schottenheimer, and all those guys intertwined and working together. One thing Dak hasn't had is he's had good coaches in his ear, but he hasn't had the right coaching in your ear. And sometimes it's about who you have in your ear when, and when you have them in your ear. Dak's going into year 8, and I don't think he's never had a Super Bowl winning coach in his ear as a head coach. He's never had someone with the skins on the wall like Brian Schottenheimer. And people just say what they want to about them. You can go look at guys like J Tuck, HTM. They've put out stuff that it's going to show you what this offense can potentially look like. And under Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer and the new quarterback coach and the new offensive line coach and the assistants that are around, the people that are around are going to help. One thing a lot of people don't know about me is I did 17 years, 8 months in the military. And a lot of times you can only go so far with some people. Sometimes you need that one person to say something or to explain it in a way that that person might get it. Because everybody's different. Every person is different. Therefore, you got to coach and teach every person differently. You can't approach everyone by the same. Or, these guys, they get to a certain level, but it's like, okay, now it's stale. Now it's this. You're at year 3, year 4, and this guy's not getting it. Something needs to change. So, back in the old days, when a guy got promoted from special, if he's been in this unit since he's a private, once he made sergeant, they would move him to a different unit. Why? Because all his buddies are in that old unit. So therefore, he might not be able to get onto his guys. It's easy and to do this and do that. And with Dak and Kellen, that friend to leader thing just didn't click. It didn't get Dak or Kellen to where we needed them to be as Cowboys fans. We didn't see the results and get the results we wanted, i.e. the Super Bowl. It's not just about the NFC Championship. They get there and they miss it, then it's still going to be, oh, well, you ain't been to the Super Bowl. And so Super Bowl is the ultimate goal. Well, Mike McCarthy, he's been successful. He's done this, he's done that. And now he's going to be in Dak's ear. And I think he's going to change things up to where Dak is more comfortable. Dak's in more control and has more command of what he wants to do and what he's going to be doing. And I think, like, I heard a little bit of the Terrence Williams thing. Shout out to all the guys who did that. West Coast, Law, HTM, Landlord, Boss, Cowboys, all them cats that did, I think it was Boss Cowboy on. I'm not on that. If I misspoke, my bad, sorry. But all them dudes who were on that call with him, I think Boss was on there. But neither here nor there. Dak, I think Dak does good under pressure. Does great under pressure. But we don't need Dak pressing. We need Dak under pressure, but calm, cool, relaxed, ready to go. We don't need Dak facing pressure and that pressure holding him down, if that makes sense. We want him to be okay, yeah, here's what we got to do. Here's what we're going to do this. We've seen Dak under pressure many times. We've heard the clips from some of the sidelines. This and this when, they're down, when they need a big play. Dak saying, hey, here's what we got to do. Here's what the bleep we going to go do it. All right? So let's go knock it out. And it happens. Now, we need that more consistent. We need it more often. We need that further along. And I'm a person who thinks, I know we can win the Super Bowl with Dak. I know we can. And Dak's my dude. You'll never see me say anything negative. Does he need to perform better at certain times? Yes, so does every QB. But sometimes, you got to have that right person in your ear to help you make better decisions, better judgment. Brian Schottenheimer talked about being coach with after Brett Favre came to, I think, the Jets or somebody with them, and he was like, dude, why'd you make that throw? Well, hey, because I know I can make it. So I mean, and that's year 10 plus Brett Favre. So I mean, no matter how long you've been in the league, sometimes you need someone to pull back a little bit. Like, hey, be smart with this ball. Here's what we're doing. Be smart with the ball. And so what Mike's going to do that I don't think Kellen did is he's going to call in that play and he's going to tell Dak, hey, we got 2 downs. Be smart. And Dak's going to, oh, yep, all right, I got you. So don't press, don't stress. It's just going to be a smoother ride. It might not be the highlights that we want. But even that, I think we're going to get the yardage. I think Mike McCarthy, this Dak's still going to be Dak. Dak's still going to be able to make big plays. But it's going to be at a more efficient level. The small, minute things are what's going to help. It's how hard they're going to practice in training camp, how hard they practice when the season starts, on the days that they can practice. One thing we used to say in the military, the more we sweat here in training, the less we bleed down overseas. And that's what they're going to have to do when they get on that field. They're going to have to sweat their butts off. They're going to have to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to have to, after practice, Dak with his receivers, Dak with this person, offensive linemen working with defensive linemen, with defense, receivers and corners. Hey, are you willing to stay later to work on your craft to get better? And I think that's what you're going to see with Dak and Mike. They're going to stay with each other a little bit longer, and they're going to coordinate, they're going to operate, and they're going to do good things. This video's longer than what I wanted to be able to display, being just 5 minutes. That's my fault. I'm new at this. I'm stuttering, bumbling all over the place, but I gotta get these out. I gotta do better. And so hey, here's me staying longer than what I wanted to, making mistakes. But hey, man, be ready for this ride, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I promise you, this year's gonna be fun. Enjoy it. Y'all take it easy. I'll holler at y'all later.